already. There's so much anticipation, and rightly so. I'm so pleased to greet you here. I'm Tim Ritchie. I'm the president of the Museum of Science, and we are honored to be the site where you, Governor, will announce the Commonwealth's plans to make Massachusetts the leader in AI. Public leadership in science is something the world has begun to count on Massachusetts for. Leadership in life sciences, leadership in climate, especially under this administration, leadership now in AI. These are the revolutionary sciences that are going to change everything. They literally will change the future of humanity. And so much of that is happening through this community, through these businesses, through this government, through these universities. And then, of course, it needs the public speaking into it as well, participating as much as possible. That is what Massachusetts stands for. It's also what the Museum of Science stands for as well. This is a place to convene where we can think out loud about what kind of world do we want. And I would just say one little thing about the museum before I turn it over. We're 194 years old. That was not the one thing I was going to say. What I was going to say is that we're building right next to this a $125 million facility for public science convening. Science should belong to everyone, for the good of everyone. This will be the finest public science convening space in the world. So the more we do of these kinds of things, where we come together and think out loud, bravely facing reality as a friend, thinking about living an evidence-based life, not an ideological-based life. We are so pleased and honored to be joined by Lieutenant Governor Driscoll, the head of the STEM Council for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, Secretary Healey, Secretary Snyder. I'm glad to have so many of our board members here, but now, Governor, it's all yours. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tim. Well, good morning, and I bet you didn't appreciate how old Museum of Science is. That's pretty amazing, right? Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much for everything that you do here at the museum. It was great to pull up this morning and see school buses, and this is a place that is frequently visited, and the idea that you're expanding and making that even more available and accessible to the public is just so terrific. So thank you for welcoming us to this beautiful space. Today, as Tim alluded, we open an exciting new chapter in Massachusetts. This is a big deal. Not unfamiliar, though, because this is yet another chapter in Massachusetts' storied history of innovation. I want to thank Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll, who is always an advocate for go big or go home. Our Secretary of Technology Services and Security, Jason Snyder, Secretary of Economic Development, Yvonne. Both Secretary Snyder and Secretary Howe have been champions for putting AI at the heart of how we, right now, deliver great government services and how we also think about growing our economy. I want to thank members of the legislature, including technology chairs, Senator Michael Moore and Representative Tricia Farley-Bouvier. Their partnership on the Mass Leads Act, which we signed a few weeks ago, our economic development legislation, allows us to be here today with some really exciting announcements. I see members of our AI Strategic Task Force that we appointed just months ago, it seems, to look at, to really dig into the issues of AI and to articulate a vision for what this can mean for Massachusetts. And they have come through in a big way. So I want to thank all of you for really doing such important work. I want to recognize the co-chairs, Santi Garces, Chief Innovation Officer for the City of Boston, Mike Milligan, Vice President and CIO for the UMass system, and all the members who are here today. They're experts from academia, tech industry, healthcare, life sciences, finance, labor, and government. All 26 have done outstanding work and delivered recommendations that will guide us moving forward. I also want to recognize other key members of our team, CEO Carolyn Kirk of the Mass Tech Collaborative, which will play a central role in connecting our ecosystem and implementing this work. Our CEO, Kirk Taylor, who came to town a few weeks ago, now heading the Mass Life Sciences Center. And in a new position we created, Undersecretary for Apprenticeship, Josh Cutler. I'm also grateful to all the leaders in higher education, which is so foundational to our state's leadership. UMass President Marty Meehan, who has led a historic expansion of access to higher education and to STEM careers. UMass Amherst Chancellor Javier Reyes, the leader of our flagship campus. Boston University President Melissa Gillum, a groundbreaking health researcher who in just a few short months has made a profound impact on the higher ed landscape. And I thank President Gilliam for joining us today. MIT Vice President for Research, Ann Waits, Harvard Vice President and CIO, Clara Jelenkova, from Northeastern, Tom Nettle, Senior Vice President for Finance and Treasurer, Yale's Vice Provost for Research, Mike Crair, and also here is President Grace Wang of Worcester Polytech Institute, who served on the task force as well. And I just want to say thank you to all of you, incredible leaders and across Massachusetts. And we're a powerhouse of education because of the quality of the work that goes on across our campuses. Executive Director John Goodhue, who you'll hear from, of the Massachusetts Green High Performance Computing Center in Holyoke. That's a mouthful, okay? But what this is, it's this entity out in Holyoke, okay? It was built a little while ago. And basically, we're like super maxing this in terms of what's going to happen out there. So to Robert, thank you. We're going to see great things out in Holyoke and beyond, and you'll hear more about that. So Team Massachusetts is here in force, and that's a good thing because this is about catalyzing, taking advantage of the potential that exists across our state. We have so many assets across our state, and this is about bringing those assets together in our labs, in our classrooms, our businesses, our startups, to lead the world in AI. What we set in motion today will unlock that potential. It will advance our competitive position in AI, just as this technology is beginning to drive new forms of innovation and productivity in our domestic and global economies. Massachusetts is #1 in education, innovation, and healthcare. We're #1 in life sciences and #1 in climate technology. Yesterday, we also voted #1 in safety. And that follows also a ranking #1 place to raise a family, have a baby, and to live if you're a woman. So we've got good things going on here in this state. And, we're about making use of all of the capabilities and the awesome capabilities across this state. This task force set out a vision. The Mass Leads Act backs that vision. And this work will be furthered by synergy with other investments to follow in life sciences, climate tech, and more. Everyone here and many others across this state will help make this vision a reality. Here's how we're going to get it moving. Today, we announce the Massachusetts AI Hub. Massachusetts AI Hub. Let me tell you what this is. It's going to be housed at Mass Tech Collaborative. It will fund academic research, foster a homegrown AI industry, and harness the potential for real-world applications in healthcare, life sciences, climate tech, finance, and much more. We are going to be the state where AI solves problems large and small, grows our economy, creates new jobs, careers, and business opportunities for people, and we'll do it the right way. Powering this work is a major new investment that Massachusetts is making in AI infrastructure. It's focused on the truly exciting facility in Holyoke, which you'll hear about. It's a data and technology center that uses sustainable energy, by the way, to provide computing power to cutting-edge research projects and business applications. It's been established by a consortium of universities, UMass, BU, Harvard, MIT, Northeastern, and Yale, whom we thank for their foresight and for their partnership and leaning in on all of this. I really, really appreciate it. The MGH PCC has the potential to take our state's AI capacity to an unbelievable level. So as a state, we'll be investing tens of millions of dollars in growing it, alongside a similar commitment from these incredible partner universities. We expect combined funding to be well north of $100 million. The MGH PCC is the infrastructure of our AI leadership, and we're convening our statewide innovation community now to scale it up. The Massachusetts AI Hub is also going to help us grow our talent workforce, the people who power our economy today and, importantly, will tomorrow. We're going to make AI work for our workforce. We will provide workers from a wide range of backgrounds with leading-edge skills that meet industry needs. Today, I want to highlight a program that demonstrates the potential for AI to engage our emerging talent and keep them right here in Massachusetts. We've had an incredible success with a program called Innovate MA that Secretary Snyder, Secretary Gorkowitz of A&F established in partnership with Northeastern University. Through this program, Northeastern students have worked with state teams to try out AI tools that are right now, improving the delivery of service. It's a big deal, okay? If you're a planner for a Department of Transportation project and you typically had to wade through 300, 400 pages to figure out an answer to someone's question, imagine now, just a few seconds, you have that answer. That's just one example. I was floored when I saw this demonstration by our students. You know what's even greater? These students now, many of them are going to come work for the state of Massachusetts and continue that. So we want to build on this success, and today I am so pleased to announce a new partnership with UMass Amherst to recruit the next cohort of students. Thank you. We fully expect our UMass Amherst students to be rock stars as well, and we can't wait to see what they create, so thank you, Chancellor Reyes. There are many moving parts to this work, but the bottom line is really simple. The places where AI is developed and applied, first and best, will be the places that lead the global economy for the 21st century. Massachusetts can, should, must be that leader. Today, we step into this leadership role with a more connected, more integrated, better funded, and laser-focused AI ecosystem. And we're going to do this together. That's the way we get things done in this state. And that's the way we're going to do things going forward. Everybody working together. Our universities, academics, technologists, folks in government, folks across workforces, all aligned and committed to success. And it starts with the groundwork laid by a special person who the LG and I recruited to join our administration 2 years ago now. He's come in and done incredibly great things as our Secretary of Technology, and I want to bring up our Secretary, Jason Snyder.
It's an honor to be here today to represent the hardworking and innovative technical staff from across state government. As Secretary of Technology Services and Security, I've never seen more collaboration than what has happened in deploying AI across the executive branch in 2024. With the encouragement of Governor Healey and Lieutenant Governor Driscoll, Mass state government is leading the country in AI development. In January, we developed a sandbox. What's a sandbox, right? A sandbox, a walled-off secure environment in which people can develop without having to worry about data being stolen or data going somewhere else. It stays in Massachusetts, it's secure, it has terms and conditions, it protects it. So by developing that sandbox, we're able to encourage state agency staff to develop generative AI solutions to real-world business use cases. We held an AI showcase last month. We had 20 different agencies, 4 different secretariats come together to highlight the solutions that were developed. As an example, the Executive Office of Education just created a way for parents to more easily navigate available childcare options online. While it is not yet available to the public, the team is actively working on this. And it was incredible. You could see the audience broke out. I have 5 boys, so to see something like this was incredible. As the governor just highlighted, the administration also partnered with higher education to accelerate the adoption of Gen AI solutions. From January to December of this year, Northeastern University worked with us on 9 different use cases that enhance the delivery of government services and create efficiencies that realize actual savings. One example that comes to mind is the most recent cohort developed a use case to better access federal government grants. And so it's actually been used in pilot, and we hope to see a return on this, but they are actually using this AI thing to better access grants for the communities of Massachusetts. For the future, we have expanded our program to partner with other higher education institutions. As an example, related to AI, but specific to data, our partnership with WPI allows our students, WPI students, to work with us on data program initiatives to better improve the way we establish and access data in Massachusetts. And as the governor highlighted, we are thrilled to announce today our partnership with UMass Amherst for the coming semester to continue the successful AI higher education engagement. When I met with Chancellor Reyes this spring on campus, and he had this great vision. He said, we should work together. It should be us. We should be working with you. He was eager, totally very eager, to broker this level of partnership that will benefit both the talented students that UMass Amherst is training while also recruiting fresh talent and skills for the state. This truly does represent an exciting first step in partnership. I've also had the benefit of meeting with every state CIO, and many have AI plans, many have task force which have been created, but I haven't seen the focus on implementation and the delivery of real AI value for our residents outside of Massachusetts. We're the ones leading in this space. And I can tell you for a fact that Massachusetts is leading by engaging with our partners in higher education, allowing state workers to innovate responsibly and tapping into a rich ecosystem that no other state has. We plan to get to work immediately to implement the vision behind today's announcements, and we look forward to continued engagement with all of you throughout the process. This is not the end, rather it is the beginning of our mission to advance responsible AI development all over Massachusetts. With that, I'm honored to introduce my friend and colleague, Secretary Yvonne, who has encouraged AI innovation across the industries of Massachusetts.
Thank you so much, Secretary Snyder. He is the best. I feel so lucky I get to partner with him and team with him. So I've been told to keep this very brief since we are at capacity. This is an awesome demonstration of our incredible ecosystem. The governor did a great job of thanking everyone, but look behind me, look around you. We are the best. This is Team Massachusetts at work. So I need to thank everyone. I'm just going to do a few small thank yous. One is, if you were on the task force, raise your hand. Okay, so anyone who has questions about this report, go talk to these folks afterwards. They did all the work. And I want to call just a few people who were not thanked. One is Bob Brown.
Yes.
Raise your hand if you've talked to Bob Brown a lot in the last couple of weeks. So many of us. The other is Pat Larkin at Mass Tech. Also, you can raise your hand if you talked a lot to Pat Larkin. And the other is Rory and Vicky on my team, who did so much work also. So we have a lot of people to thank because we have the best team. And we have the best team. And what we do as a team, what we do as Team Massachusetts is we lead. Started 250 years ago, throwing some tea in the harbor. First shots heard around the world, the Battle of Lexington Concord, and we've led ever since. That's the last 250 years. Well, guess what? Today is about the next 250 years. How do we start this revolution, which we did start here, AI started here, how do we lead this revolution in good ways, and how do we win this revolution to make the world a better place? That's what today is about. And we're going to do it by launching this Massachusetts AI Hub. So what is it exactly? And the governor and Secretary Snyder alluded to it. I love this octopus page. So if it's in the report, but I'll just describe the 3 big chunks of the octopus. I know octopus is 8, but let's make it simple. Or 3. So the goal of the AI Hub is to do 3 main things. First, to start with values and equity. That's what we do in our state. We embrace and accelerate technology for good. So we care a lot about doing things in the right way to help people, to be responsible, to make sure everyone benefits, and that we do things really with equity and values, and sustainably too. That's bucket 1. Bucket 2 on the left-hand side is infrastructure. Just like with life sciences, we needed to have infrastructure. We needed labs. We needed manufacturing facilities. We needed equipment. We need the same thing for AI. So we are so grateful to be investing together with the MGHPCC and the whole ecosystem and having compute power available for everyone to use and having data. AI is only as good as the data that we have. So convening everyone to work together and contributing our state data to that. So that is the left-hand side, bucket 2 of infrastructure. Bucket 3 on the right-hand side is the innovation and talent ecosystem. That is this whole room. That is all of our universities, our startups, our investors, our big companies. It is all of our nonprofits. Everyone here is what creates that innovation and talent ecosystem. And we're going to be doing a lot there. And today we're going to announce the first of many programs to come. It'll be out of Mass Tech. It's the AI Innovation Challenge. We're going to be giving out several $1 million to people who apply with ideas for building creative AI solutions to really hard problems in curing disease and making the climate change better and finding ways to, take care of people in hospitals. So we will be launching that challenge very soon, and there'll be many more programs to come. So this is what the Massachusetts AI Hub is, 1, 2, and 3. And we can do all of this now because we have the Mass Leads Act and all of these resources. So I want to give a huge shout out to our legislators. We passed this bill right before Thanksgiving. We had a big celebration last week. It's $4 billion. $1 billion for life sciences, much of which will go to AI, $1 billion for climate tech, much of which will go to AI, $100 million just for AI, another several $100 million for regional technology development, much of which will be AI. And we're really excited that MGHPCC and all of our universities will be partnering with us and investing with us, as well as many of our tech leadership from all these different companies. So we now have the resources to bring this to life. Now, I know in Massachusetts we're very humble and we don't like to brag, but I want to just take a moment to bring this to life for everybody around what this means. And so I'm just going to call out a few companies. So first, where's Philip? Is Philip here? Okay, Philip, important guy. He's the CEO and founder of a startup called Air Traffic Intelligence. Air Traffic Intelligence has raised a ton of money from world-class venture firms. They have 100 people. Philip started his firm in San Francisco. Then he decided that this firm needs to be headquartered in Massachusetts. So welcome to Team Massachusetts. And Philip and his team just moved to Newberry Street, and what they're doing is using AI to improve how planes travel and how we schedule things at airports. They're already managing 25% of air traffic in the country. They're working with the government and Department of Defense, and they're making things safer, they're making it more efficient, and they're preventing planes from idling. So they're making it way better for emissions. This is what Team Massachusetts does. Another example, I don't know, is Molly here from Lila? I think Molly's supposed to come. Well, Lila is a company that's in stealth mode. It's out of flagship, and they have raised a ton of money. They have over 100 people. Everyone knows what OpenAI is doing as a platform for consumer and for chatbots. They're creating Lila, which will be the same type of platform for people who are truly interested in AI for science. And they are going to be the next big thing. They are recruiting the world's best and brightest AI people to come here to our state to be in person to work on Lila. Is anyone here from Morphoceuticals? Okay, how cool is this, Jim? A tough spin out. I just visited them this week. They are using AI to reprogram software for your cells, the electrical signals. I'm going to get this all wrong. But they showed me a frog that had lost a leg. And using the AI reprogramming of the cells, this frog regrew its leg. Imagine the future. Tough spin out here in Massachusetts. And Daniela Roos is here somewhere. So I just talked to Ramin, who landed in Dubai. Oh, and Alex, our founder, co-founder here. Liquid AI just raised $250 million on a $2.3 billion valuation. Team Massachusetts. And they are doing something very different. They're using neural networks in biology to design AI to be way faster, way more accurate, and way more energy efficient to be good for the climate to run on device. So we are thrilled to have Liquid AI on Team Massachusetts. And there are so many others, including AI in physical form is robotics. Where's Amazon Robotics? We have them in the house. Ty Brady. Where's Mass Robotics? We have a huge leadership in robotics, and this next chapter is going to be AI and robotics and leading there. Plus, we have so many more on our task force. We had Devoted Health. We had Duckbill. We have Suno. We have Path AI. We have so many startups and so much going on here. That is what we're going to do to bring this to life. And I know many of these are not yet household names, but in 2008, Moderna wasn't a household name. Vertex wasn't a household name. This is the future for us. So we are here today as Team Massachusetts to start this revolution, to lead this revolution, and to change the world. That's what we do. Let's go Massachusetts AI Hub. Let's go Team Massachusetts. And I get to now introduce, I think you know more about AI in your finger than I do in my whole body. So John Goodhue, our fearless leader for the MGHPCC, catchy name. So great.
I think Elise made it clear that I shouldn't try to tell you what I know about AI. So I will be brief because everybody has said it already. But I am going to again thank the governor, Secretary Howe, Secretary Snyder, MassTech for bringing this together. And perhaps importantly, for adding words like responsible and opportunity for all to the usual words of cutting edge and world leading. Really important foundation in my personal view. I also need to thank the university presidents, the CIOs, the research VPs, all the people that Bob Brown and I had the pleasure of corralling over the last few weeks to bring kind of a unified vision. And I give credit to Bob for both vision and sense of urgency around the university contribution to this effort. I think one way to think about this day and the MGHPCC role is kind of laying a cornerstone to a building. We're by far not the largest part of this enterprise, but without it, it couldn't exist. If you go back to 2010, 2009, when the MGHPCC was first conceived, it was the result of the realization that without computing, the research enterprise could not exist. And that led to the pooling of resources among some of the, really the world's leading universities to build what is now the largest academic, one of the largest academic computing resources, not just in the state, but in the country and perhaps the world. We're now about to do it again with AI, again building one of the largest AI resources focused on adoption of AI to bring the state into a leadership mode. But it really is just the beginning, right? And it's some levels just a small part, because what really matters is the people that make use of it. Thinking about the researchers in our region who for 70 years, count them, right, since the 1950s, have been leading AI into what we think of now as kind of an overnight success. Just like every overnight success, there are decades of work that go into it. But also, as Yvonne said, the businesses and the entrepreneurs, the people with the ambition and the craziness to start companies with new ideas and bring them to reality, and the next generation, right? The students and people already in the workforce who are going to make this stuff go and make the state go, and the world, and change the world. So with that, I'll stop. I don't know about the rest of you, but we've got work to do.
Well, many thanks to you, John, to Bob Brown, for all the work that you've done. I also want to acknowledge Robert Johnson, though, from Western New England University, doing great things across a number of realms. And we were out there not long ago looking at all your robotics work. So thank you, and thank you for serving on our task force. With that, we're happy to take any questions on topic. Okay. You explained everything perfectly. Good. No, seriously, it's a room full of people. You make contributions to the state every single day. Look forward to the contributions that you're going to make and that we're going to work on together in the months and the years ahead. I wish everybody a safe and a happy and a joyous holiday season. And take care of yourselves and those who you love. Thank you.